Okay, two hands are actually up. Daniel Phillips.
Okay. Call them, let them talk, please.
Daniel Phillips. Do you have something to
Daniel
say?
Phillips, talk to us.
Oh,
Hello.
Moyo. Okay. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. We
Yes,
can hear
okay.
Good afternoon. Um,
Good day.
Sorry, I just want to say, I just want to explain one of my experience. I went to
Okay.
somewhere yesterday, you know, because ever since I've started this ALX from this school now, I don't have any background in programming, so this is my first time. And
Okay.
ever since I've started learning this program, I really enjoyed. Though it was the task, it was very tasking, but I know it's worth doing. But I just have to decide. Okay, even this sick that we are learning, honestly, I don't even know right now. I don't know what I can do or what I can build with this C particularly, or because I
Okay.
know we can use it for software, but I don't know how it works, like what to do exactly with this C
Okay.
software. So in software development, so I have to decide to. There's one interview, so I just have to know for me to know if I'm on the right track or not. I
Okay.
actually applied the role is for DevOps. So I just have to
Okay.
apply as DevOps intern. So I went to the place. So they were asking me like, what do you know about DevOps? Because I know DevOps is part of software engineering according to
Okay.
the our curriculum from our course outline. So I've seen it there. So I have to go that okay, what can you tell us about DevOps? I even explained because I've googled, I've checked everything. Then asked, okay,
Okay.
what can you do? So okay, I said the only language I know is C, but I'm not true because I apply as an intern. But I asked, okay, what can you develop with it? I was not looking like myself, like I don't know. Cause I know maybe you get what I'm saying. So it's not
Yeah.
as if I went there to just to showcase or just to disgrace myself or something, but at least just to know how the interviews look like, what they can ask, what it look like in programming interview, all those stuff. So that's why I just give it a try yesterday. But there's one thing the interviewer told me yesterday. He said
Okay.
the only advice he will give me is that whatever I'm learning, even this C program, because the guy that interviewed us was the guy I is like he was a senior software engineer. So and
Okay.
he really advised me yesterday that whatever I'm learning, I should be I should try applying the practical immediately. Like as we are learning, we should be doing the practical. Like he now said, I shouldn't wait till we finish the program. Like I should just call my mentor or our programming mentor that we should start doing a practical stuff. Maybe if you want to develop apps, develop a responsive web, like we should start using it for what we are supposed to use it for. So I was somehow convinced that okay, we are still learning C, and we didn't even know even the functions, the point. You understand what I'm saying? Like, is it
Yeah.
possible, like for us to be doing as we are learning, and we'll be doing the practicals aside, like developing something? Because I wanted to throw more light on that, please. You know.
Okay. Okay. It's it's actually very possible. I used to say, and I still maintain it, that this program running has two phases for me. Has two things are involved for me. Number one thing is acquiring the skill. Number two thing, okay, so one, acquiring the skill. Two, maintaining the average that will make you keep you qualified, you know, acquiring the skill. So we are learning to write a good readme. We're learning to um, um, have a basic understanding of what happens on the ground. I do listen to experiments to show something. Now, if this was um, mhm. Let's assume that this is the ground. Let's call this I don't want to call it earth. Okay, let me just call it underground. That thing you just said, it was one of my thoughts. One of the reasons I said, no, I need to gather some people together. I need to set up a team. When I was thinking about it, that's the reason why I take it very personal when you're in coach tribe and you're not serious. You're looking for my checker 7 check 2 did not check, and that's what you're looking for. I used to take it very personal. What I did, this is where we need to learn. So let me just call this. Someone should give me a name. What do I call this? If below this lines we are underground, what would up be? Surface. Thank you. Like you did biology. Surface. Ladies and gentlemen, look at where we are. LX. The people here are the people earning the money. We have the ones that are senior, this thing. And some of them, very few of them, started from here. I came out to that place. Right? And when you start from here, there's a probability for you to grow taller. If you know what you're doing. That's why I'm telling you that it's on you. The matter is on you. It's not about how many potential LS gives you. It's about what you do with what you are given, what you do with what you learn. It's not about how many YouTube videos you saw. What did you do with it? It's not about how many people. Who has the mic that is stopping me? The mic that is noisy.
Phillips, can you just unmute yourself for?
You can unmute when you want to talk. After talking, you mute yourself, please. Hello, did you hear? Okay. So a lot of us are here, and now what you attempted by going to that interview is to go and see what is happening here small, a little. But we don't know what is happening there. Especially people like me that came new. I came in a total novice, a complete novice. I didn't know anything about programming or coming. Please. Okay. I didn't know anything about programming.
Sorry. Phillips, please, is only when you want to talk, just mute yourself. I was the one that muted you, so just when you want to talk, you can just unmute and talk. It's your mic that is disturbing us.
So what you're talking about now is us fighting to know what is happening up there. And that's why recently I decided to start, I started joining studying groups like this all these there's some training that sound like joke. I say 3 months training. I say, what kind of joke is that? I say, I will do it. Because those guys, they may not know what is happening here, but they will show me something that is happening here. And when they show me that thing that is happening here, I will now say, okay, is that thing I saw inside this place? And then I will now have a better knowledge than them that showed me the thing. So you may want to, you see LX mentor, anyway, I don't know whether it will work. Those mentors, at some point, I almost lost faith in them. But also recently, they started learning to teach was the thing. But right now, they are not my priority. I don't remember the last time I attended live learning sections. I just watched the recorded videos. But for 1 week now, they've not recorded any videos for our cohort. He said there was some technical problem. But I'm not saying you should not do like me, or please follow your own style. So this is what you're fighting to do, right? Let's grab this thing very well under here. And then as you're grabbing, come on. You're not planning well for yourself if you're waiting for 12 months before you start doing something with this thing. You don't have a good plan for yourself. That's why in Code Tribe, there's a senior team. That team is going to beat up. We are going to do things. It's going to be, if you watch, the kind of drill I give the senior team, you will run. So maybe you see that teaching is compulsory for them. And once any person comes up and say, I know this topic very well, I can handle it, I will change the topic to the one he does not know. Or what she does not know, provided there's someone amongst us that knows it. So that the person will go and sweat, read, or come and ask questions. And sometimes the person is asking me a question that I can answer. Instead of me to answer it, I will refer the person to some materials. Some will get me in one-on-one PhD sections, and they will be talking, because this is what I have in mind. If I've got to build a team, one person cannot know it all. If I'm going to build a team, and tomorrow one person may be in charge in front end, the other person back end, the other person DevOps, the other person, what have you, plenty of them, the
Yeah,
software
UX
engineering,
and the likes.
UI UX, and all of that. And before you know it, the dream becomes a reality where we can. So I'm looking for a way to, before we run, I'm seriously thinking about it. We'll just put some projects out there, build some apps out there, do things that when we do the things finish, even the LX know how to make us look like we don't know anything. We'll come back to the internet, no problem. Let it be that we are building and doing things with this. So this question you ask is not something that can be answered in one day. It's something that is best answered practically. You see with your eyes, you see, relate to people. If you know. And if you learn, come and teach me too. I'm ready to learn. So I've heard of something like embedded systems. How C is used. Forgive my handwriting. Okay, I think at this point I should also dive into our class. We've taken about an hour doing this. So what I have to say to you, Mr. Who? Who's the Mr.?
Kenny.
Mr. Kenny, okay? What I have to say to you is what you're learning, learn well. And as you learn, go beyond just assessing some materials that, see, let me take this again. I was about to summarize what I was saying, but I think I should say this again. For emphasis, I said there are two things involved in this program for me. One is acquiring the skill. The other one is making good grades, pleasing LAX, staying qualified. When you are going to see series of YouTube videos just to answer a project, you're doing number two. Honestly, that is not the time you're building yourself. So I'm telling you, that's not the time you're building yourself. Oh. You're being biased by the project. Please, you may mute your mic. You're being biased by the project. Of course, you're adding to yourself in a way, but it's not completely adding to yourself, because if you think, I dare you, some of the tasks that you did by yourself, some of them you need to go and read again before you can do it. Some of them you need to look at your codes again. Some of them you cannot answer them now. If someone from the junior course say, what is this thing? What is this thing? You did the task by yourself, but you cannot answer it. You need to go back to your code and look at it to help you answer that thing. It means the thing did not enter very well. I know that, of course, we'll keep making reference to codes. I know we can't have it all in our head. I know, but there are things that should be inside you. You should have answers. So learn to go for skills. Sometimes try to take a full course. You're talking about object-oriented programming. Get some 6 hours videos. Get them. Sit down. Learn. Understand the thing. Start writing codes, practical codes. And then sometimes when you go to LAX too, they give you 3 days for a particular project. You can use the first 2 days to just you can first of all read through LAS materials and then go back and start learning something that does not is almost looking like it's different from LAS materials. Learn, practice. And then when you want to practice the LAS materials to sometimes enjoy yourself, just enjoy yourself. Take off the internet, take off the data, use your virtual machine or your whatever you use, you can use offline. Then try to do that thing and get the exact answers and the examples. And then, of course, LAS is full of the kind of task that when you get the exact, even when you're getting the exact answers, check out the complaining. Because maybe you printed a string using the dot format method and they want you to use F string. But the possibility is that you produce the results and they have to start researching on bias to finish your task. So just have that mindset of building yourself beyond being able to answer aliens questions, beyond having good skills and good scores. And then with that mindset, keep thinking, what can I do with this? What can I do with this? Sometimes when you're browsing, what can I do with this? But if you keep your mind in, I want to pass a project, you only have the time to go and practice. What can I even do with this thing? Where is this thing applying reward? If you see an opportunity to mingle with people who already program, go there, behave like you are the least person. I have this assurance that if you do so, by the time they finish telling you what is happening up here, you will discover that you know much more of what is happening on the ground. And you will do better than that person that taught you. right? We need our eyes opened. We can't depend on LAX. There's nothing wrong if you land a job while in this program. There's nothing wrong. So thank you very much.
Okay,
Function,
thank you.
functions. Now that was very important. Our mind, our mindset is very important. Okay, I think I want to wipe this. So we've talked about functions. We've talked about the syntax. We've talked about we try to ask ourselves um, try to recall some functions that we've been using, like printf. We discovered that time that we agreed, or we deduced, or we established. We came to a conclusion that printf is a type of function in C, and then we talked about format specifiers. We talked about um, keywords, and then we're trying to differentiate between certain kind of keywords that are called data types. We give example of data types: the car, the int, the float. They are the derived, built-in data types. They are built-in. Then we talked about how a data type can be derived, and why we talked about how data structures could be abstract. And then we talked about how to declare an array and how that a string is an array of characters. If you don't have some basic knowledge, I may be speaking, this may be sounding like Arabic. I'm sorry about that. Just see the videos, the former video. Then we talked about how that element 1 is at index 0. Index will say 0, will number from 0 to the end. And we talked about how the compiler is capable of adding a null byte for us. We don't add. And then we talked about how that this null is not a null byte. It's not a null byte. It's a pointer to the null byte. Right? And then what else? We said several things. We talked about we said a lot about return value. We talked about the size of these guys, these data types. How that when you declare an array of this sort, that what you're saying is that I have 20 elements, each of which takes 4 bytes. 8 bits make 1 byte. So for car is 1 byte. I could have here. So this array of characters declared here with size 11 means that the memory computer will make room for 11 times 1 byte. That means 11 bytes. Okay. What more? I wish I could remember what I was trying to do before that class end. I was trying to do something. Okay, I did not say this one. The convention for declaring variables. The conventions is somebody should help me. What is the convention for declaring variable? What name can variable not have? You say that while I launch my virtual machine.
A variable cannot start with number.
Is that a reverse? Who is laughing now? Talk to us, please. Don't mind me. Was it you?
No, it was Rachel Enola. She said a variable cannot start with a number.
Okay. Enola, don't just talk one now. Say it. What else? A variable cannot start with a number. What else?
I think with underscore too, if I'm right.
Underscore. Oh, it cannot start with underscore.
And special characters, all these characters.
Did you ever use something like underscore Pucha?
Oh.
Uh-huh.
A variable can start with an underscore.
Okay. That sounds like is it Fatima or Hadiza? Or Bello?
None of them.
None of them. We just spoke.
Required.
Oh, I said it. That voice is stored in my memory. Somewhere it has 200 bytes. My memory, yeah. So what you talked. So a variable cannot start with number. A variable cannot start with certain. In fact, no
You
character.
can use a keyword as well for a variable.
Okay. When you say you cannot use keyword, please, is there anyone who does not understand when we say you cannot use keyword for a variable? Is anyone like that? Yeah. Okay, everybody understand. Okay, so we cannot use keyword for a variable. It cannot start with a number. But I've seen. So what and what can be contained in a variable? What can be used to name a variable? I mean, let this guy. What this guy is still launching? Let me.
The letters, both upper and lowercase letters. Then underscore. The numbers, you can add numbers to a variable, right? But then it shouldn't be at the beginning, the initial level. You can add it at any other point, but not the initial.
A to Z is there. A to Z. I'm quoting you now. The one that said it to not me. You say something can follow a number. Let's say 0 to 9. I mean that's actually the stance of what I believe we all know what cat is. And then you said underscore can now we know that underscore can begin it, right? So what's that character? What about something like this? Someone
No, that
what?
can't. Only underscore. Any other special characters can't be there.
Oh.
What about camel spacing?
Please, who is talking? Please try. Come again. Let's hear you.
Camel spacing. The method of camel spacing.
I still didn't get that. Please type it in the comment message. Type it in the comment message.
I think I was trying to mention the pattern. So the pattern can be in camel case. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. C variable. Because this actually functions in C, what are we talking about? Sorry. Variable. So you say it could be upper comma case. What is upper comma case? Can you tell somebody that was hawking pure water before joining LAX what upper comma case is?
Camel spacing basically means the first letter or word before the next letter or word will be smaller letter than the first letter of each word, consecutive word is going to be in upper case. That my M small letter.
Okay, the man will be in small letter.
MY should be in small letter, then each first letter of consecutive word is going to be in upper, just like this. This is camel spacing.
So we can have something like this. I say we can have something like this, or something like this is not common case.
That's not camel spacing.
That's not common case, right? So is this one as common?
Yeah.
Oh, does anyone have anything to say about that?
Don't get it. What's the word? What's that word he said?
Camel, like the camel, camel case.
Oh, okay.
Camel case. So he said that this one is camel case, that the first word is lowercase, and the first letter of the next word of other words that follows will be in uppercase, followed by lowercase characters. So, and then I did something else here where the first word began with an uppercase, and I'm asking, is this camel case or not? He said no. So I'm asking the class now, is this camel case or not? But by the way, do you agree that this is camel case? If you agree, is this a camel case?
Yes.
Not? Someone said yes. Want to tell us why?
From the examples I have seen. So it usually starts with a lowercase, and that is for camel case. You begin a new word with uh, capital letter, So my variables, I think I have seen many examples of such. But this one
Okay.
now, I believe it should work. It should work, but I don't know whether they call it camel case or not. But it will also work.
Yeah,
It
let's
is
keep
not a
believing.
camel.
Who wants to say something?
It is not a camel casing because from the syntax, the way they write camel casing, it is the first word small lowercase, then the first letter of consecutive word to be in upper casing.
Wow. Wow. If nobody has anything to say about it, other than what has been said, then I have nothing to say about it for now as well. Let's move into some coding section, and see what functions really do. What the functions do. All the things we've been talking. Wow. You must be joking. Here, 3 minutes. Okay, I just blocked my virtual machine. Oh. Okay. So let's go and write some functions. Do we have some? We should have some functions that we wrote.
Okay, top man, please.
Yes.
There was a lady, her hands has been up since. I don't know whether she still wants to ask that question.
Okay.
So she was like she will sort herself out. So although I was calling her before, but she didn't respond. Moyo, do you have a question? Do you still want to ask your question? You can unmute your mic and talk to us.
Oh, thank you. Hello, everyone. So my question goes like this. I already typed the question, by the way, in the chat. Like, it's not functions related. That was a previous task on data structures. So I wanted to know, is the size of a struct equal to the sum of the sizes of defined members?
I'm trying to find your question.
Yes.
No, she's asking the question already. I think I didn't really hear your question though.
Are you Moyo? Is it Moyo that's
Yeah.
talking?
Yeah, it's
Moyo,
Moyo
Yeah.
that
data
is talking.
structures. Okay.
Yeah.
Of a struct equal to the sum of size of the. Okay. Is the size of a struct equal to the sum of sizes of the five feed members? I don't know where you got this big grammar from, but let me see what I understand what you're asking. So a struct looks. Okay. We're not talking the structures, but let me see whether I understand what you are talking. Let's see. Is the size of the struct equal to the sum of sizes of defined field members? Defined field members, yeah. When you declare a struct, you may a struct now can contain different data types. Data of different data types, and you want to know the size of that data type. If it's a struct that, for example, has something like, let's say um, you declare the struct and you give it um, a name, and then you go ahead to state that it should contain a character. Maybe you want to compile the scores of students. Maybe you want to prepare a linked list and say one will be name of the student, say student name. Okay, let me call it a struct biology score. No. Biology score. And then you come and declare and say the student's name will be there, and the student name at least 20 elements is enough. And you come and say it should have a type int, that is, which will be the score of the student. So to know the size of these, what am I doing? Score. Okay. If this is audit, maybe let's say we also want the student's age, student name, the age of the student, and then you finish declaring this, and then you close your curly brace. If you have a data structure like this, car is 1, and then int is this, int is 4, int is score. Wow. Is the size of the struct equal to the sum total of the sizes of defined fields? So this field now defined has 20 bytes. This field now we can't tell how many bytes except we use malloc. We can't tell how many bytes because we can only guess age should be around 8 bytes because you have 2 integers. Score should be around at most 3 bytes. Wow. In a way, yes, because when we define this, when the size is defined, I think you get the size of that struct by getting the size of the individual field. I think so. But I stand to be corrected if I'm wrong. Back to functions. Okay, here is okay, this is not it. There was a place here, there was a PhD that we had that we wrote. All right, let me do a quick one. I want to write some programs now to demonstrate functions and how they work. So it's something you may not appreciate until the program is big. But I'm writing a small program because it's necessary I do use a small program to illustrate it. So I'm going to open an editor of mine. When I like to use Emacs, I'm going to create a new function. I'll call it 2function.c. Now I want to write a main function. Okay. Like the main program, without writing the block of code that I want to call back. Okay, let me just write a single program. How much time do I have? Okay, we have time. I want to write a program. This program should somebody give me an idea. Should welcome a user. No, that will be complex. No, it will be complex. Nobody should. Please, is there anyone here who can write a function that can add two integers? No answer. That means everyone can. Is there anyone that can write a function that can divide two integers and show the remainder?
Yeah, so
I thought you said add.
For add, I said add before.
Okay.
Is anyone like that cannot write a function that can add two integers?
yeah, yes.
Okay. See now, of course, trouble. I was going. Okay,
Okay.
let's take it bit by bit. So a program.
Someone is saying your screen is tiny.
If started again. Are you sure you're talking for yourself or you're talking for people?
I have tried, someone typed it in the income message. Well, it's also
Uh,
tiny for me too. I will have to get my glasses.
how do I do this now? Where is that again? Mm,
I think you should be on preference.
yeah.
Probably you should right click.
Is it okay? Is it okay? I'm waiting for your feedback. Is it okay?
I think it should be.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. The particular person that complained has been
Yeah,
responded.
he has already typed.
Okay.
Said okay, okay, yeah.
Let me do this too. So I'm just using two terminals. I want to use one for my editor and the other one to run the programs. So I'll be toggling between the both of them. Okay. Let me see whether Emacs will respond to what I have here. Okay. I was hoping that Emacs would respond, would take the same setting, but it wants me to give it a different setting. Emacs is not loyal. Size? No. Okay, let me see whether I work with VI. Okay, VI is fine. Emacs is just not. Emacs is becoming proud because of its sophisticated functions and capacity. I want you to see what is happening under as well. So I view that you just might learn something on VI while you're working. So you can see the inserts at the bottom there. I like the same thing to happen here too. Let's see what is happening at the bottom. Here we go. So this is saying a program that adds to integers. Please, the person that made me to come here, and it's not only you actually. I know you. Some people not talk. But you talk for them. So please unmute your mic. Let's talk. Do you know what integers are?
Yeah, yes, I know what integers are.
What are integers, please?
Negative and positive numbers.
Negative and positive numbers. Yeah. So is this kind now? This guy is that from my mic? What will you say about this? What I just wrote now? One is negative and one is positive.
This is a negative real number.
What? Hello.
This is longer. It's not an integer.
I wish I could hear you. Okay. So integers, you can make
decimal is not an integer.
It's not an integer.
Okay, a decimal is not an integer. Thank you. So once it's a decimal, it's not an integer. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is I want to write a function. Like, you may mute your mic, please. So I want to use a preprocessor directory as usual to include the standard input output header file, and I want to put in my function. I want to show that, tell the compiler that this is the main function that takes no argument. Right, no argument. So I want us to add. We declare a variable inside because you want to add two integers, right? So we want to state something that can hold these integers. I mean, you can easily first, it's a good habit to put your return value and the correct place. This is what I'm doing all this is so that you don't learn
Please,
some bad habit by watching me. You have a question?
can we
Alright.
write the same without writing the return value 0?
Can we without writing the return value?
Yes, that return 0, this return I wrote there.
Okay, this is not the type of function you should write without having a return value, because this guy, and please beat your mic. This guy has 2 siblings. It has 3 types of prototype, and that's how it is. So you have to return an integer. We're writing this guy. So if you don't want to return anything, write a function that should not return anything. And when your function does not have a return value, something may go wrong. Return value is very important when writing a function. So we can based on what the function does, we can decide not to give it for it not to have a return value, and then here will be void. But void main void is a lot strange. I may try it and it will work, but something strange. I don't know what anyone else want to throw more light to that.
Yes, I want to ask a question too.
Okay.
Yes, what are the type of functions that you will not probably require a return value, and what are those functions that you must necessarily put the return value? What are the type of examples of function that does not require a return value? Maybe that will help us to understand that more.
Actually, I've planned to journey from here to that spot. So what I want to do first now, just for those of you that sorry, don't be bold. So if you feel like let's do something. What I'm trying to do here is I want to start it. I want to write a program that can add 2 integers together and return the sum. Then I want to show how that we could put a function, write a function that could do that and call it inside the main program. And I want to show the essence of doing that, and then we'll now go ahead and start. We'll get complex from here.
All right.
All right.
No
Thank you. All right. So if I want to add 2 integers together, I already have
Stockman,
this.
I have a question.
Yes.
And my question is concerning the main.
Yes.
When you're writing the main, is it a must to return 0, or you can return any positive integer?
All right. Let's see whether we have something that main here. How do I find about main in the manual? Somebody help me. How do I find information about main function in the manual? There was a time when we were writing simple shells. Oh man, that's a particular content in the manual that has the other prototypes of this main. Does anyone remember? Okay, just to answer your question, this is int. This is what you're returning, and this is why we say it's int. Okay, let's try not to return anything first. I think I'll rather answer this question some other time. Because we have in our midst someone who does not understand everything you ask, even the question you ask now. So if I have to carry everyone along, let's take it bit by bit. Please, in case I don't answer your question, do it to ask it in this class, please. Right? Did you get me? Did you get that? Am I still in this call?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
The person that asked the question disappeared.
Yeah,
So
no, he responded already in the chats. He said
okay.
yes.
Okay. So these are called format specifiers. We talked about it in other videos. You may want to look at it, see what will happen if I decide to work without a variable. So percentage this, go here and print to. Let's see what happens. Who likes trying things out? Let's try it out. So I'm gonna save it. I'll go here and run it. Man, it's been long since I last used GCC. I miss GCC. Let's call it function. So you compare with that error, and there it is. You can see the green one by the right. So I want to run it now. So you printed 2 plus 4. Okay, sorry. I like to always add a new line to have a neat rendition. Okay,
Sorry,
so
please, I want to ask a question.
yes,
Yeah, please, we didn't declare high. So
you have to declare
we didn't
what?
declare high in this program, in this code. Is it possible not to declare?
You can start not declare anything. So we're trying to see what happens. Okay, we not declare I. Okay, we not declare I.
Yes.
Who wants to answer the question, please? Not someone was talking. Now I is not a variable here. Okay.
Is an identifier.
I stand as an integer.
One person, please. Person should talk.
It's not a variable. It's just an identifier for an integer.
Hello.
The mic was not clear. I don't know whether she got it clearly. Now I is called format specifier. Format specifier. So if we when we write a code that is of type integer and want to print the content of a variable or want to print that code out, we use this to represent it. You know, because we want these two numbers to add together. It's not one number to add together. And so when we say percentage I, we're saying there is a data type as integer, print it in this form. So it's just representing, it's just like a equation I would say dash is the president, dash is the US president. Now, I wouldn't call dash a variable because dash is not holding anything. Dash is just something that should be replaced by the real thing. So you do not give it option. You don't give it the option and say this is what you put there. You know, you put the name here. So the real thing now will come replace this thing. That's how this thing is not the real thing as well. This person it's representing the real thing. The real thing replaces it. So because there are two of them, the first one went for this first value and the next one for the next value. Okay, please I want to speed up. Wow, you guys are if you had seen that video we did formally, it what time do we have? I think you need to see the video, right? For my video. To see the formal video. See it, you will have a lot of these questions we are answered. Okay, so now I want to print I percentage I plus percentage I
Sorry, please,
equals.
I can't get the video because it's on
Are you in
YouTube.
are you in the group?
Yes, the checkpoint group.
Good. Check the group description.
Okay.
All right, guys, let's see what happens. Because of time, I'll just go ahead and compile this and run it to see what happens. Compile without error. It shows that 2 plus 4 equals 6. So when you declare a printf, what you have in between these two quotation marks are the things that should be printed out and the way they should be printed out. That's why they call this a format specifier. Formatting the way you want it to look like. So this is like dash plus dash equals dash. And the answer to that dash plus dash is here. So it will not go. Once you put comma, you know that you should take the first one. Put another comma, it takes 4. You put another comma, it takes what you have here. Because C has the ability to perform such kind of arithmetics. So it will not do 2 plus 4. That's why we have 2 plus 4 equals 6. Now I'm working without variable. I'm working without variable. What is the essence of working with variable? It's not that if you don't work with variable, your program will not work. Variable is a container. That's the word. That's the best one I've found so far to describe variable in programming. It's a container. It holds something. And it holds the type of something that you ask it to hold. When you declare a variable as type int, you don't expect it to hold car. Right? When you declare a variable as type, what's that? Excuse me. When you declare a variable of type int, you cannot declare a variable of type int and call it a name and say, let's say PLD, and I say it is equal to a given character. Something will go wrong. You don't know what will go wrong. Try it on your own compiler. In fact, in this kind of class, you should have your notebook, or you should be practicing, except you're so good that you can be taking this class. Right? We learn. Even those who are good learn in this kind of class. This will be very wrong. Amazing. People are turning by now. This will be very wrong. So once you've said it's integer, the compiler will expect that you give it int, type int. If I run this now, it will complain. It will complain. You know, it should drop an error. This is a huge error. So it have to be something between 0s to 9, or any combination of it. You know, sorry, any combination of it. So long as that's decimal, it becomes an integer. Why is it highlighting this thing? I beat you now. Okay. Now I want to work with variables. Variables can bear any name you give it, so long as you follow the naming convention. It can bear any name, but you just don't want to give it any name. You want to make sure you give it a name that makes sense to a fellow programmer. Because if you're writing a program, the user will not know what you did under the hood. Just using it. But the programmer who wants to see your source code, because these days our word is not like you're writing the exam and you're covering your book, covering your answer. This is our word. We are free to. You can look into another person's code. You can. If you want to see how they beat WhatsApp, it's possible you access the source code. I've tried it before. I think it's possible. I mean, some websites you can go to a website and try to do something called inspect. You'll be seeing the source code, what they wrote that brought out the website, that gave it the kind of look it has. You see the code, the HTML, the CSS. You know, you can even copy it, change some things, and go and paste and go and tell somebody that you're a web designer. Village web designer, a web developer, rather. You don't want to do that. So that's why you want to write a program that is presentable, readable. So since we want to add 2 numbers, we can call this num1. Right? I've declared this variable. In fact, I want to initialize it at the center. If declaration and initialization sounds strange to you, go see the other video. So I want to give you the number 2, and then come here. In fact, I want to have them all in the same line, please. I want to believe that a lot of us understand this. So I have num1, I have num2, and num2 now is equal to 4. Okay. So I don't need to do this again. I now need to address it to this guy. Num1. Go into that container num1. There's something inside. Anything that's inside, print it. That is the instruction we are giving to this dash. Yeah. I choose to use the word dash now. This one will go to the first variable. This one will go to the next variable. And this one will go to the third variable. We don't have a third variable yet, so I want to have a third variable. So I'll call this one, let me just call it addition. because you are so used to sum that it feels like nothing else makes sense but sum. And so this one will be addition of num1 and num2. Pay close attention. It won't be simple like this in the subsequent periods. It won't be this simple. So pay close attention and do make sure you watch either videos or video recordings of our period sections and function. So and I say, okay, go and print addition. So within this double quote, I have specified the way I want it to be printed. I want it to print the first thing plus the second thing is equal to the third thing, and then print a new line. So the first thing here is this num1, the second thing is num2, and the third thing is the variable addition. Let's see if this program works well. So I'm going to compile it again. It compiled that error. I run it again. It printed 2 plus 4 equals 6. Just to be sure that it was this program that printed it, I'll go and change the value of 2 and of 4. Line 7. Okay. So let me change this to 5. Who was that mic? Please me change 5 and change this to, let's say, 3. 5 plus 3 is supposed to give us 8, right? So let's now I'll change it. Save, and I'll compile it again and run it. So 5 plus 3 equals 8. Okay. So why are we using variable? I just gave one reason why we're using variable, and you may want to give some more reason. Now I could go here and say I change the number, the content of the variable, and say okay, num1 is no more equal to 5, but it's not equal to 7, and say num2 is no more equal to 3, but not equal to let's say 4. 7 plus 4 is supposed to be 11, right? And then put my semicolon. Now see what will happen. Okay, what would this thing print? Somebody talk to me. What will happen?
It will update the value of num1 to 7 and num2 to, so the 7 plus 4, 11.
So it's going to show 7 plus 4, 11. Any contrary response?
Right now, okay.
Yes.
Before, if not, okay, are you going to print? If you're going to add print f, whatever, Helen is going to print. But right now, I don't think it's going to. It will retain the old something if you're not adding printf.
And printf is on like 12 already.
Yes, it's on print 11.
Mr. Biadu, please regulate this hall so we don't get. Let's have our hand raised, and then Mr. Biadu will call you when you answer, please. So we don't have 4 persons talking at the same time. You know, that coincidence is bound to be there if you don't follow.
We have Victor.
As a coach, you just talk. Just start talking.
Victor.
Yes.
Okay. Ineka.
Yes, I feel that even without that print F, once you change, because I can remember vividly, once you change the number, it will reassign.
It will reassign. We need to reassign. We are talking about what will be printed out.
Okay, what will be printed out will be 7 plus 4.
7 plus 4.
Yes.
Only. Just tell me exactly what will be printed out, just like this.
What we will get is 7 plus 4, and we get 5 plus 3.
7 plus 4.
Then 5 plus 3.
Then 5 plus 3. That means another line to be 5 plus 3.
So
can you please arrange this thing in the order?
7 plus 4 and 5 plus 3. That's the truth.
Tell me the exact thing that we printed, bro. We have something inside a string.
11.
Inside a string.
Yeah,
11.
That means you are
11.
getting 8 and you are getting 11.
Just state the way it will be printed.
Okay,
Like
no,
you're
no,
reading it.
no, no.
State the
It
way
will
it
be
is
Okay, hold
printed.
on,
printed.
hold on,
It will be printed as.
hold on, guys. What will be the output of this program
Thank
as the way
you.
it is now?
The way it is.
Don't just tell us the answer. What will be the output? What will you see when you
Can I continue?
compile this file and then execute? Yeah,
Can I continue?
7 plus 4 equals 11.
that's the only thing you see. Okay.
Okay.
Any other person?
It will print 5 plus 3
First output
equals
will
to the sum, and then 7 plus 3 equals to 11.
Equals
Hold on.
One
One person.
5 plus 3 equals to 8.
equals to
That person,
8.
if I had it, and then
Then 7 plus 3 equals to 11.
7 plus 3. I don't want to say it too. 7 plus 3 is 11.
No, sorry, 7
7
plus
plus
4.
4.
Sorry, 7 plus 4 equals to 11. Sorry.
Okay. Does anyone disagree? Does anyone disagree with this answer, like 16 and like 17? Does anyone disagree with that answer?
I agree with it.
Okay, you agree with it. So the person that said line 13, do you agree with line 16 and 17?
No.
Okay, your line 13 is your own answer. Okay, so we have two answers here, line 13 and line. Like someone, any other answer?
I think I will have to go with line 17 and 18.
Please,
Any other answer that is
we
different
just
from
talk.
what is here?
If your answer is different from what is here, talk, please.
Okay.
If your answer is different from what is here.
We'll assume that there's no
Okay.
other answer.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and write, and then I'll compile. What if I tell the both of you are wrong? Okay.
That's break.
See, it's fun. All right. You printed 5 plus 3 equals 8. Close to this person's answer. And then printed 7 plus 4 equals 8. What happened? Kilo day.
Because we didn't declare it. Okay. Because the addition here was declared to be num 1 plus num 2 at the first declaration. So you didn't declare the second addition here.
Okay.
So I'm thinking you would have done like num 1 plus num 2. So like you can do addition, either underscore addition 1 is equal to num 1 plus num 2. Then it will print out the sum.
Okay, I should do underscore addition.
No, those addition 1.
Okay, addition 1 and addition 2.
Yeah, no, you can just leave this one 1 but the second one you just add something to the 1.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, what you say will work, right? What you say will work. But then, I didn't do number 3, number 4. I still did number 1, number 2. And it worked.
Okay, we have hands up in the air.
All right, talk to us.
Okay, I just realized that even though we said 7 plus 4, in our print F, what we have in our print F is the first, what we have in our print F is the first data, the first one, which is, yes, which is actually equal to the 1 plus num 2. So no matter the numbers we put, no matter the different, no matter how we change the numbers, the answer at the end of the printf will always give us the addition of that first one.
So what do we do?
That's 5 plus 3. So okay, what do we do? First of all, we can create another variable or create another addition, or in that 7 and 4, to declare it again, or we can change the variables. Instead of num 1, num 2, can say num 3, num 4, and it will change. Then inside the printf, we can also do the same thing. What else can we do? I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Let me see the next person, Emmanuel.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Abiodun. Yeah, like she actually said, she's right, because those they were not actually declared. So
Okay.
and you see the variable, the num1 and the num2, it just same as, even though we have two different statements there, they are not actually initialized. So it still bears the former declaration of the initialization of the first one. So if we want to, we have to initialize, then change the variable names to actually denote a different to actually store a different value.
Must we
Okay, thank
change
you.
the variable names? That's the question. Another person.
It's
Let me
okay. It's
see.
okay. It's okay. Let me
Okay.
take it from here. Let me take it from here. Now let's do something. Okay. Let's do something. This will make us appreciate function now. To make us appreciate function. We've not started writing functions yet. So you can see that in that I did not change the variable name of num1, num2, but they printed, like you rightly explained, this guy, as far as is concerned, he is num1 plus num2, and the num1 he knows it's not this num1. It does not. It's like a dog that does not know his new owner. Num1 he knows is this other num1 here. So it will keep adding this num1, and this num1 is 5, and the other num1 is 3. It will keep giving us 8. That's why we have this output here. 7 plus 4 equals 8. So what do? If you the reference this other variables, then you should as well do the same thing to it. You are learning. If I bring down this exactly the same statement I put up there, because your compiler executes line by line, from left to right, from up to down, from left to right, from up to down. So when he went to this place, addition saw that this thing was listening. He went to this place, he printed. He went to this place again. If you don't give addition another value, it will continue in that state. But when you put this instruction here, it comes here and say, okay, my name is equal to num1, num2, and the content of num1 and num2 is the content of this one, this new num1, this new labels here, and then you to print it. Let's see whether what I said now is correct or not. So I'm going to save this and run it. So I'll compile again and I'll run it. So it tells us that 5 plus 3 is equal to 8, and 7 plus 4 is equal to 11. It ran very well. Now that selection you are making was very correct as well. You want to have because let me use it so that you appreciate functions very well. So this is addition 1. When I will now go here and say num3 and num4, and addition 2, and of course we have to declare them again. That means we have to put int here because they are new variable. Add int here. We've declared them and say this now will not be equal to num3 plus num4. What does it so far? Why you can call only one line, all these things will happen. Just call only one line of code. That's what function does. So this
you've not
program.
changed your addition. You will get error.
Okay.
Addition 1, addition 2 inside your printf argument.
Thank you. Now, is there a simple way to do this? What if I want to add 10 different numbers? I say 2. I want to add 2 numbers to 10. I have 10 sets of 2 integers to add. Is this what I'm going to be suffering? I bet my line of code is going to be so lengthy. So lengthy. I can actually use only one line of code. I can use only one. Your hand is up. Someone should see your hand now. Just see your hand. I can use only one line of code to add 10 different set of two numbers. Only one line of code. But for most of this class, I will use 10 lines of code to add 10 different numbers. Rather than using double codes, short codes. Short code. How? By calling in a function that is capable of adding those numbers together. All right. Ask your question. I'll see what you want to say.
Inika. Then gentle spirit. Right after.
I wasn't going to ask a question. I was actually going to answer your question, but
okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Mm, mm. Let's make progress. Let me be sure that there's no error in this program. I just wrote now. Let's see that it still produces the same result. So I compile again, and then it's producing the same result. Now I want you to imagine, like I said, this is just two sets of two integers, and see what I've gone through. What will happen? What will not happen? Let me even take off line 8. It's unnecessary. Line 8. It's unnecessary. So let me take off these comments as well. So let's write a function. Let's write a function that we do this thing, that will do this work. I'm going to leave this one as is. I'm going to okay. I want to push this to Git, Mr. Biadu.
Yeah.
Right? I want to push this to Git.
Okay.
What you do for me? What you do for me now is you're the one recording.
No.
Okay.
I don't
I'm not
record.
visual. Okay, thank you. What you do for me now is make it up to 10 numbers, right? So I will add the exact set of numbers that you add. I want to see how the code, just follow this pattern and make it up to 10 numbers. Be fast enough, right?
Okay.
So I'm pushing it right away. But let me be sure that it's still working well if I push it. In case I've added something that will make it not work well. So it's still working well. So I'm pushing it right away. That's 2. No, this is not a Git repository. Is it? Yes, now it's a Git repository.
Should be, no?
All right, it's been pushed. So why is it? Excuse me.
Oh.
Okay, you said that before. Okay. Adding 10 sets of adding 10 is just fine. Adding 10 sets of 2 integers. That's how will be presentable. All right, it's there. Go ahead and work on it. So I'm going to create another file. So I'll call it 3function.c. 3function.c. Now in 3function.c, I am going to simply write a function that adds 2 integers. So this function returns type int. Let me put returns type int, and then the name is add the 2. Add the 2. I choose to call it add the 2, and then it takes 2 arguments, int a and int b. So I open my curly brace, define the function. In fact, I will simply ask the function to return the sum of a and b. Okay, I did not end that statement with semicolon. Okay, so here we go. So this is function now. Mr. Bello, you may change the name of the file. from function because since it's a main function, you can call it main, two main.c. So I will not be will not confuse anything.
Two
Okay.
main.c, Abby.
Two
Since
main.c
you're
is
going
fine.
to have another main function
Yes, I'm going to have another main function.
for that, for what you're
this,
writing, Abby.
the number is just following. Okay. Okay, I'm not really treatment of C in LS pattern is that the main program for a function. Let's not call it treatment of C.
Exactly.
Just leave it there. It's fine. So this is function. So this is three function.c. So we should have a treatment.c. Now I'll do that by myself. Okay. Now, what I will do in treatment.c is to do the same that Mr. Bedu is doing right there now. The same 10 numbers is adding with those plenty line of code is going to bring. I'm going to do it with simple lines of code. So, Mr. Bedu, if you're ready, I'm ready.
No, not ready.
Copy and paste now. Okay, you have to claim plenty.
Different numbers now.
Okay, I understand.
I will change everything and different variables as well.
Maybe you should share your screen at this point because I'm not doing anything again now.
Okay.
Let me push this one.
I'm on a
Let me push this one. No problem. VS Code.
That one will make me do it easier, faster rather.
A first what? I didn't get what you said.
Say to make me do it faster. Oh.
Okay. So guys, you may be wondering I did not include any header file. That's because I have in mind to include mem.h. Now listen very well. Mem.h could be anything. Let ls not make you think that mem.h is some name that if you don't put it, it's not work. PID.h, so I choose to call it now. So I escape, I save it. So I want to have this thing that I declared here. I want to have it inside my PID.h. So I want to create the PID.h now. So what I'll do is I'm going to exit right now. And what do I have here? So since you're working with the number, the number 3, I'm going to call this one 3 PID. No, I'll call it PID.h. PID.h, right? So I'm going to VI into it to put the prototype of this function that I just declared. So I now use my include guard. If not defined, it can be anything, right? PID.h is just for readability. You can put anything here, like something different from the PID.h, and it will still work. You're wondering whether you had me where. Try it. So let me not put places PID_h. The reason is you're putting PID_h so that someone in your code too will know that this is what you mean. Okay, this is where that PID.h was defined. So define. I come here, I say anywhere this program is called, go there, include. What was that mic, please? Message. Is the mic making noise? Please. Mute your microphone, please. So, hello, could you please mute your microphone? Thank you. Okay, and I'll go and say, I think this is the only okay. Let's try something. I don't even want to include. I realized that it should work without this. Let's try. So I'm going to quit the saving. I think it should work without it. In fact, I'm going to go into this file and take off the line 1. I'm thinking it should work. So I'm going to push it to gate just in case my system messes up because the battery is low. A function adds two integers. Okay. Mr. Bado, I'm waiting for you.
Yeah, no. Have you pushed that one? So I'll
Yes,
just
I
put
pushed
it
it.
in this one.
Yeah, pull it.
I don't know.
I'm thinking you should go ahead and share your screen because my battery is low and
Okay.
so I'll stop sharing my screen. Then you do that. I'm just trying to appreciate let me
Wait, I stop.
what's this?
Stop at here. 18.
I want you. She could do.
This is very
She could every
stressful.
year.
It's stressful to
Man,
do all of this.
we are feeling your stress with you. We are feeling your stress with you. We care about you.
From
Accept
19.
our sympathy.
20. Okay. I'm done. 10. 20. Okay. Whew. I think everything is done now. Everything is done. So you say you pushed
So you're done.
something back. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. So maybe let's not concern ourselves with pushing now. Pull what we have there.
I'll just put what you actually did.
What we have. Let's continue with your screen.
Wait. Oh,
No issue.
I'm coming.
You resolve the conflict, right? That should be. There should be no
No.
conflict now.
I need to. I already saved this, so let me just say. I think integers of two set. All right. So let me git pull from here. Okay, sweet. This is my network. Why is it so slow? Okay, this is it. I can see functions, but
Hold on, I can see. Yes, that's it. That's it. Okay. So what I want you to do right now is
I think hold on, let me go back to the using of terminal.
Okay.
I think it should be better.
Don't spoil our vibe. Don't spoil our LAS vibe. Our hard things vibe.
Yes. So you have the three functions there. So this is one you're working with that.
Okay, I'm sorry. This PhD should have ended 3 minutes ago, but plus I'm going to take some more time. I hope you don't mind. No, I'm not sorry. I shouldn't be sorry. It should end in the next 26 minutes. We are still in time. We're still in time.
Okay, it's 40 minutes.
Okay. 30 to 16:30.
So let me veer into the file. So we have this guy.
No, run your own file. Let's see the result of the file.
Okay.
Show us your file again first. Show us your file again. Let's see. Let's try. My brother, sorry, yeah. How many lines, please?
About 38 in total.
Oh, take heart. 38. Yeah, run the program, let's see.
So GGC 2 dash, let me send the output to, let's use 2 dash function. So it compile with no error. You have
5 plus 3 equals to this, d, and so on and so forth. So, brethren, this is something that he suffered himself now to put these 20 lines. Come and see how functions will make it easy for us. Watch and see how function will make it easy for us. Very easy. Now, as a matter of fact, that my function, the reason why I did not add any header file is because I did not use anything from any header file. Okay, go. Open, go, move it down to, sorry, create a new file.
I should use a new file. Okay.
Okay, new file. Let's call it 3main.c. 3main.c. Then you want to include pld.h. And of course, you're going to use printf, so you want to include stdio.h. So
I include it in the standard in the distance so
header file. Don't worry, let it be here. I just want to see them work. I just want to see the function work without any header file. How does it us? So go ahead. Main program. Int main void. Is that your new main function? Okay. Okay. So call that function add to did I put the prototype of did I do a period.h?
I don't you don't have
I should have put the prototype inside there. Please do a period.h. Now I see the importance of period.h. Do the period.h.
No.
Please do it. I was going to do it, but I didn't remember that.
So let me vi period.h.
Period.h. So inside period.h, if not defined, period.h, period_h. Indeed, you like underscore, like put underscore. Define. Period.
Please, I wanted to ask a question as regards that underscore.
Yes. You see now, I removed the underscore. They want to ask question of underscore. Remove the underscore so that the question will not reduce. I've answered that question, sir.
Yeah, I've always seen it like that, but I want to know if there's any difference putting the underscore without it. Like, I've seen program .h. Does it make any difference? Or
you cannot have a space there. You cannot have space there. So if there has to be a space, underscore covers for the space. You understand? Do you understand?
Yes, I get it. I get it.
So there cannot be a dot there as well. There's not enough time for us to try that. I want to cover much more forward. So, okay. I even removed my eyes. I didn't know you were demonstrating. Programmed robot. I go back to my. So period h. Okay, put one underscore between the period and the h. Okay. Just one. Okay, period underscore h. Okay, this is the prototype now. I want you to declare the header file here as well. stdio.h. Bad.
So include
all right, I think we are good. So let's go back to our main program now. Now observe that there is no header file in our function. Our function does not have any header file. Please take off that include stdio.h now in the in the main function. Line 2, take line 2 off. The reason we are taking line 2 off is that it has been defined in our header file. And since we have included our header file has it there already. So go ahead and say printf. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to use one line of code to do this thing. I mean, what do you think? It'll be too confusing.
One line of code to
print all those things you printed here.
You can, boy.
Okay. It's okay. Let's use 10 lines of code. 10 lines of code. Okay. So printf. Let's start from 1. The first one was 5 plus 8, right? So
Yes.
printf add. No, printf and what's it called now? Percentage I.
Percentage I.
Then the line space. No, the line. New line. Okay. Then the variable will be called the function add I think add underscore the d underscore 2. Yeah, add underscore 2. You copy everything. You add both int A and B. You copy everything. Okay, so copy it right. You can paste it. You can easily paste it.
Okay,
Let's
yeah.
continue. Then copy
Yeah.
everything. Okay, fine. That's fine. Okay, so the first number was 5 and 3. 5 and 3.
3.
All right, let's compile and see whether this one works first.
So did you see compiling 2 dash? No, is it 2 or 3? Sorry. 3 dash functions.c and 3 dash main.c. We send the output. So let me just call it func. So it's compiled.
Okay. So run the func. As it there.
We have this. So we have 8.
So it's giving us 8 now. Now, what if we wanted to give that exact output? We can do that magic in the function because we want to write little code now. We want to make the code, want to minimize the code. We don't want to be repeating plenty things. You know, so want to make the code. So go back to the function we defined. Now, this is the same thing we wrote where we declared a variable. We wrote a long line let's take it a bit. Go back, cut into that first, that two function of C. Two function of C. Clear screen.
Oh.
Clear screen.
Not this one.
Cut two function of C. Oh, father. Please highlight the line that produces output 8. Highlight it. You can see it was 2 lines. But it's only 1 line. Cut into the main program. Cut into 3 main.c. Cut 3 main.c. Highlight it again. Only 1 line. 1 shorter line. Now, if we want this line to produce the exact output that the other one has, that's what we will do. Now, vi into the function to 3 function.c. So that's function for you. You define the behavior inside the function, and once you do so, you just call the function and you start doing the thing as you do. Now, want to take this function? Go enter. Give us a new third line, line 3. So we want to use printf now. So go ahead, printf. Printf. Percentage A. Percentage I plus percentage I equals percentage I. Right. Plus percentage equals percentage I. Put a new line. Good. The variable now is, of course, A, comma, B, comma, A plus B. Now, because we've used printf, this guy needs to have, this guy will, compiler will complain if you don't give you the header file where printf is defined. So, and let's try this. Printf has been defined inside, printf have been called inside the pld.h. So let's give it pld.h, go. Include pld.h, line 1. You are going from simple to complex. So if you don't understand this side, talk, because it's about to get complex, more complex. Because we can't be doing soft. Why LS is not waiting for us. Now it's okay. It's okay. Save. Now go back to 3 main.c. Now in 3 main.c, we don't need to call printf again. Take printf off. We just call the function directly because the function has the instruction to print. You just call the. Did you take everything or did you take everything off? We need that add function now.
But the function wasn't.
We need it. Undo. Copy just the function. Add. That's it. Good. Now, mainly by calling the function in our main program, look at how small the program is now. Our function was few lines. Our program is now few lines. To print 10, to print those 10 things, we just need only 10 lines to add to make these 10 lines from line 5 being line 0, next line 1. I'm catching from 0 because we are software engineers, that's how we can't. Our first number is 0. Now let's see whether this one work again first. Compile. Close and compile it. So don't bring new instruction. Go and look for the former command you use. Something different. Bring that for look at the one used before. Compile, let's see.
It's compiled.
Look at it there. Func. Right? So run. It was 3 plus 5 plus 3 equals 8. 5 plus 3 equals 8. Now, Mr. Will cut into the run the right program again. That's Sofaman program. Run it. The Sofaman program. Two function. Good. Copy everything you have there. Copy it and put it as income message so that will help us. Now I need one person to unmute and look at the income message. You want us to unmute and give us the number that is there. Paste it there. A good Samaritan unmute quickly. So go back to your 3 windows. And start copy that function so you call it several times. Hold on. Copy the function. Don't suffer yourself now. Can't you just copy from the open parentheses? Copy from add to open parentheses. So you copy. Copy from add to open parentheses now. From add. From A.
No, don't worry. I will just edit it.
Okay, go ahead. So who's calling? Go ahead.
5 plus 3.
That's the first one, yes.
Okay, 7 plus 4.
Good. I like what you did. 7 plus 4 instead. 7 plus 4.
7 plus 4.
Mr. Abel, 7, yes, 7 and 4.
Yes. 7 plus 4 inside the parentheses.
Yes, 7, 4. 7, 4. Okay.
10 and 19.
10, 19. Robot has got to be fast. Is a battery low? Go ahead.
6 and 6. 56 and 10. 56 and 10. Minus 66 and 23. Minus 100 minus 24.
Minus 24.
70 and 40.
70 and 40.
52 and 34. Minus 197 minus 100. That's all.
All right. But are you not seeing how simple life is? That plenty thing he wrote is now is inside this small thing. Why? Just because you've written a block of code called function that can be called inside another program, inside another function. So we've written a block of code to do that thing that we are trusting ourselves to do. One block of code has been written to do it. And here we are. We just call that block of code. Come and do that thing that you're asked to do. So it was programmed to take two arguments. The two arguments are the two numbers, the two integers that it should work on. So ask you that if you get these two numbers, just print that the first number plus the second number is equal to, and give us the sum of the two numbers. You can see. Now we're going to go out and compile and run the both of them. You see that the results are exactly the same. Whereas this one was very simple, the other one was stressful. Now, if in this program, now, if you have any fault somewhere, we can easily see where we did not add semicolon. We can easily see where a comma is missing. But in that long code that he had, we can't do that long code again. Let's see. So it will be touching our soul. I have seen it. In this long code, if the compiler is complaining now, and maybe you're someone that does not understand compiler grammar, you'll be searching for where's the comma, where did the comma go? Where line 8, line 9, what did I do? Where do you can even that could be mixed up. Imagine this guy is experienced, and this guy is in sprint 2. Look, see how much time this thing got 8. See how much time it took him to do this thing. You know, he's married to C. And so what will happen to someone who is beginning? What will happen to someone in cohort 10 or even in cohort 9 who does not have a prior experience in programming? All right, go back and run your program. Let's see whether it produces the same result. Compile, yeah. So run the func. Run the other one as well. Run the two something. Please, I'd rather give you someone is asking, let's see the program. Let's give you the link so you can have them. I will. Do you have someone here who has a link to that repo? Share the link so that you can see it from there. So we'll move speedily. So look at the program very well. Mr. Body, just highlight the first line in the first one. Okay. Clear your screen. Use NL. Okay, no. Don't clear.
Okay.
Highlight your fifth output in the first one. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Highlight it. Okay, that's it. Hello, Gambia. Thank you so much. So you see, in case you want the codes, rather than screenshot, you can get the codes there. You can copy them, paste them on your local, run them. Now look at 56 plus 10 equals 66. Go back to this side to highlight the fifth output. 56 plus 10 equals 66. The same thing. But one of them had to go through hell. Imagine if it was a longer program. But it was a more lengthy program. See the advantage of function gives us. See the rest that functions gives us. And write your very last output, the 10th one. I'll show them to sin minus 197 plus minus 100 equals to this. Look at the other one to the same thing. Highlight the same thing. Okay, clear everything at least. This file. Okay, push this file, please. Somebody push this file. Go ahead, push what you have here. Don't push the executable zone. I don't like executables being pushed. Let them execute by themselves. You may want to just push without pushing the executables. Push them one after the other. We edited. You have to push 3 things, right? Maybe you should move the executables out of that place and then push first. Move your executables out of the. What are you removing?
You say I should remove the executable now?
No, I say move, not remove. We may need it again in this class.
Okay.
And so move it. Just CD them.
Please push the header file too.
Yes, we'll push everything.
It's very slow now.
No, fine. All right, so push what you have there.
Wait.
Please, can the link to the GitHub be pinned in the video?
Pin in the video. I don't know how to do that one. We just have to pin link to video. I don't know. I can post it again. If you have to pin it, I don't know.
Message. Commit message.
Okay, commit message. You're asking for commit message. Put something presentable because people will see our thing, repo. Say using functions. Functions. I thought you had a script for this.
Yes, I do. Well, wait. I'm not sure if I sent it.
Okay, so
I sent it to the binary.
That's I don't know, so you could push. All right. So it's Diana, right? Is Diana right? No, it's looking like there's not pushed.
That's not pushed.
Why is it behaving like Windows? What's it dancing there?
It's network.
Our village network again. Hey, yeah, I want to see something. Coxy, your hand is up. Coxy, you have something to say?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I have a question, please.
Okay.
Okay, we're able to write this the function, and I think 10 lines. I'm called that function. What if we asked to add up to like 100 numbers? Is there a way to just do everything in just one line of code instead of like 10 lines that we just call different times? Let me just call the function once, print 100 numbers. Is it possible?
We call the function to add 100 numbers or to add 100 sets of 2 integers.
100 sets of integers.
100 sets of 2 integers.
I don't know if you get me. Like, is it
You
shorten
serious?
that code? Like, I'm just asking because maybe there may be a case when we may be asked to write something like to shorten the code, maybe just one line to print. It's either of us calling the function 10 times. It was supposed to call it just once, and for it to print that 10 integers that was printed together. You get it?
I get it.
You get my question?
I get it. Let's not go there. You figure it out.
And that's how much.
That's what I'm answering you now. Figure it out. I wanted to do that. I wanted to do it the first time, but I'll cause trouble if I do that one.
You can check the repo now.
I have a question. Sorry.
We're saying about the do you have the repo now? Like, the repo has been posted. We need to move on, right? Mr. Daniel, hold on. Mr. Daniel, hold on. Shogo's hand is up. Shogo.
Yeah, I think what's the other lady that if I just have now with what I wanted to have. For instance, if we have situation where probably we want to design something like a calculator or something where the person to receive input of users and it will just add without us putting those figures one after the other.
Your question is a bit different from us.
No, one was receiving input too. No, not receiving input. Just like
Is it the same?
random. No, it's not the same. It's not
It's not the same. It's not the same question. Your own is something that will be solved by Veridic function. I mean, you should go. If Veridic function should solve your problem. You want to add multiple numbers where it's not only 2 numbers. What if the person want to add more than 2 numbers, like 2 plus 3 plus 4?
Yes.
And then come and say 5 plus 2 plus 8 plus 9 plus 3. It's very possible. It's Veridic function, and I don't think we want to go into that now. Veridic function. Should have done it, right? You did it now.
Yeah, I think that's it. The example you just gave now, like putting 5 3 into the file to process
putting 5 3 as an argument into passing 5 and 3 as an argument
inside,
to the function.
Inside the function. Do we have to always put those integers, argument into the function to execute the answers?
When we define the function, we define the function to be able to receive two arguments. So we must give those two arguments that you receive. If not, it will not work. It's in Python that we have functions that can receive variable number of arguments. Some can receive one, can receive two. Some can receive.
All right.
But yeah, if you give it two, it has to be two. If you give it five, it has to be five. Daniel, please go ahead. Thank you.
Please share your screen.
Okay, you want to share your own screen? What?
Okay, he was actually doing some things.
Don't worry.
Okay.
We are still doing things now. Not true now.
Are you aware the session is recorded? Are you aware the session is recorded? Like, shows. Mr. Daniel, please ask your question.
Okay.
Please, someone was saying you should cut into fine. What? Let me see
Please,
that
can you come back? I want you to show LS all the files, please. The files that we use, all the files, please. LS this. Okay. I think
someone said you should cut into main.c file as well. So go ahead, Daniel.
Okay. So the files that we use to the first file, I think we use 3 functions.c, then 3 main.c, and pld.h. If I'm right?
Yes.
Okay, good. For these 3, that's 4 files. 2 function.c, 3 function.c, main.c, and pld.h. Then from the 4 files, with each file, there's an argument. If I'm right, there's an argument from each file. Then
each file.
Secondly, if you this pld.h, I'm coming over. This pld.h, we've already declared our function, which is our we declare our function inside the pld.h. Then after we declare our functions, are you with me?
Yes.
Then this is inside the 3 main.c. Inside the 3 main.c. Okay, that's where inside the 3 main.c, that's where you declare the functions or the prototypes. Let me say prototypes. Then
prototype was declared in pld.h.
It's not declared. Okay, this is function, right? The 3 main.c is the function.
It's the main program, the main function.
Okay.
I think you're using the terms in.
Yeah, using the terms wrongly. Yes. So.
But just go ahead. Let's see whether I can help you. Let's see.
Okay. Because I really want to understand.
Okay, want to understand.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to ask. Okay. Mr. Bedu, please explain what those files use the terms. It's very important now. Understand it now, because after now you're going. After you see loop inside loop.
Please explain.
Okay.
The same value returned.
Okay. Now, this 3 function.c, please, can you cut it?
Okay. Please, I may have to leave this call for now. I thought I would go further than this, but
okay. Good.
I have an appointment for 5 p.m.
No, let me just round it up.
Can you hear me? Or that you run it up.
Yeah.
So I'll give you further information in the group. I have an appointment for 5. After which I'm
not in the group.
An appointment for 7:30 Python PLD. But you're not. Please.
Yeah.
Hello Gambia. You've been working with us. Can we have the group link posted here so that you can join us? You can raise down your hand, Mr. Dane. So thank you very much. If you have any further questions, I think Mr. Biodo can handle it. And then if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me through the group. Don't post the group. So Mr. Biodo, go ahead and explain time by time. Use the right time. Which one is prototype? Which one is header file? Which one is this? Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Bonaventure. Thank you so much.
Hello. Can I continue?
Yeah.
Continue, sir.
Continue, sir.
Okay. So the question I'm asking now, that we inside this 3 function.c, we've already declared the argument. Now this function we declare here, so that means any once we include it in any files, and if we declare these functions, the files in another file, maybe we are including this file into main.c, or we even declare the file name. We call the function, which is the file name, we call it into another file. So that means this program whatever function we declare here, it will work exactly inside that file. That's what I'm trying to confirm. Is it going to work exactly the same? Or if you don't understand my question, please let me know.
Okay. Probably let me just run you through how this thing operates. Okay.
Okay.
So now when you compile your file, when you compile these three files,
okay,
these two files, okay. So the GDC compiler will first go and look inside which file that you have your main program, your main function. Can you mute yourself? Don't worry. There's a small kid disturbing. So when you compile your file, so the compiler will first go and look for the main program. That's where you have the main function defined. Okay, and the main function is being main.c. So that's where the compiler will first go to first. Okay, now you have the main function, because without this main function, your code will never compile. The program will never run. Okay, so you need this main function. So now inside this main function, we have another function called this add _d _2. This is the function that we used. We call this function and passing two arguments, 5 and 3. Okay, so the program, the GDC continued. I'll be like, okay, you have a function here. It will now go and look inside your header file, because you have an header file here. This is your header file. Go inside the header file and see whether you declare the function. Okay, that's it here. This is the declaration of the function inside our header file, and we pass in two parameters of integer data types, because when we call back the function, the only argument you can pass inside the function when we call back. Now there's a difference between parameters and arguments. When you declare a function and pass, and what you pass inside the declaration is referred to as parameters. But when you call back the function like this inside your main program, what you pass there will be is referred to as argument. Okay, so this is an argument for this parameter of there has to be integer data types. So after running through this, okay, you saw that you've declared the prototype, that function inside your header file. So it will come out and look inside any of those files that you compiled it with. You compiled, when we're compiling, we have to compile this file together with it, because that's where we have the definition of the function. This is where we define the function, and we define the function to do this operation. That means after passing, so now this one is just like you having this, yeah. It's just like you having the whole of this at this place as one of these guys. So after the compiler has sensed that, okay, you define the function, and they will now run the block of code that you gave it to for this function to define, depending on the parameters that you passed in here. So it's now run that is when it will now print the numbers, the integers that you pass in here. Like for instance, we have -179 and -100. So it will be -179 plus -100 is equal to -297. That's where the 297 came from, because the first specifier is pointing to A, the second specifier is pointing to B, and the third specifier is pointing to the summation of A and B. Do you get it? So this is declaration of your function inside your header file. This is the file where you define the function, and you gave it to perform some tasks. and what this is where you are what you using the function, or you turn it as what call back. You call back the function to do some with and passing on two different arguments, because what you initially you define the function with what with two parameters. Is it clear?
Very clear now.
All right.
So, sorry, I have a question.
Okay.
Yes, you said something I was not so clear about. You said we'll compile what file and what file together.
Now, the first thing that you have to compile, the first thing your file, it's okay. The file must, whether you are having, now you are calling back this from, now this is the first thing that this is your priority. This is the compiler's priority. This main function, that's the compiler's priority. That's the first thing to look for in any file that you compile. Okay, for you to know the files that you will compile, look at your file. Okay, we have a file called what? Trim-main.c. Inside this trim-main.c is where we have our main function. Let me call it our main program. And inside our main program, we call back, we use the function. We use another function that is not inside what? It is not inside our what? Trim-main.c file. So we need to compile that file together with it, because that's where we have the definition of that function that we call back. So we don't need to compile this one, because what the compiler will included this guy. This is the name of the file. So it will look for inside this current directory that you compile those files and go and look for what this guy here, because what you included included the other file to be what, which is present in your what. It has to be present in this current directory that you are compiling these files from. Because if this header file is not here, your program will throw an error that something, probably implicit declaration of this function. Yes, that's when you get implicit declaration of this function, because what you do not declare the function inside your header file. Yes, this function that you use, you do not declare it inside your header file. So that's just it.
Yeah. Then what is now the essence of having the prototype in your PLD? In that, what's the if we don't declare the prototype?
Because now the point of having the prototype here is because we did not define the function inside the same file where our main program is. Yes. It's because we did not define the function inside where our main program is. I didn't mean this function that we have here, this this function is being defined somewhere probably above the or below it. We don't need to what? So we don't even need this header file at all. We don't need to what? We don't need to declare the prototype. This prototype is our header file. The reason why we are declaring it here is because we don't have this function that we used here defined inside the same file. I hope it is clear.
Yes, it's clear. Thank you.
Right. Any other question?
Question here, Abiodun.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, my question might be off what you're saying. It's basically on today's task, right? How to use this assembler?
Assembler?
Disassembler.
Disassembler.
Yes, when you use the UDCLI command line to disassembly needs.
I will need to get the full question, and also, do you mean this assembler? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Today's task,
I'm not in your cohort, say, you know.
I know.
I don't know the tags that you're actually referring to, or the project, the project of the tax, the project where the tax was given. So concerning that, probably you will just throw the question inside the group chat. Then we'll attend to you.
All right. Thanks, man.
That will be better.
All right, Mr. Abiodun.
Yeah.
Sorry, because it's like something is getting clearer to me. So I want to ask that question. If a question asks us to write a program, and the difference between write a program and write a function. So, and it's like I'm getting the difference today. So,
Okay.
and if a question asks us to write a program, does it actually mean we are going to write, we declare the function, we declare the, that is everything will be embedded in just one, I don't know what to call it, like still
Yeah.
the main C or something like that. Yeah, in the main C.
You're getting there. Yes, you're getting there. Yes, yes.
So why writing a
You know,
function is
they
that we have to
use
have
yes.
that file for it.
Yes. Okay.
Function code separate.
They normally use the word, or they use it basically in the same way. But practically, when you say a program is when you have just like probably I don't want to give you a wrong information, but to me, you can just go and look at the difference between a program and a function. A program has all the whole full details of your. A function is just like probably just a file that has a single function, but it's not. You are just passing a specific block of code to it. But a program is something like you have everything embedded. Like I like the word they used. Everything inside one file. That's a complete set. Let me just put it. A program is like a complete set, but a function is just like a single. Just if this is just a function. Okay, this is a file containing. This is a file containing what, a function. But if you can, these are what, this is also referred to as a function as well. But if you have just this single file, like for instance, just this single file now, for instance, and you have everything that has to, this is just only a file that contains everything that you need to, that the question is asking you about, then that one is a program. That's probably but you can just go and research more on it. Then if you get a clear idea, then you can just help us out by shedding more light to it on the good chat for us.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. So can we call it a day, or does anybody have any more question? I don't know. There's nothing else we can actually do from here. So this is just the basic concept that you need to know about functions. Although there are still more kind of functions. We have the variety functions, we have the pointer functions, and the likes of them. But this is just the basic concept behind what functions. Basically, reusable functions. Any other question? Ouch. Are you serious? So, programs are a set of instructions executed by computer. Function is a block or yeah. So I believe I will just assume that everything is clear to every one of us. Okay, Moyo, do you still need the group link? As nobody has posted the link. Wow.
The link group, please.
Okay, I'll forward it now. Just give me a sec.
I can actually pause, right? We're done.
Yes, you can stop the recording now. We're done with this section. All right, copy.